It just, yeah, I felt like an idiot the next morning. I felt like like that was it. But he tricked me. You know, I was like, I don't want to just sleep with you because you're not going to respect me or like me. And he's like, I've flown all this way to be with you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he had an excuse for everything. And then I kept saying, I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't think we're compatible. And he's like, yeah, we're fine. Like, we'll figure it out. That's what he kept saying the whole trip. We'll figure it out. I said, do you even like me? We'll figure it out. No, but do you even like me? Like, it was so hurtful, guys, because he couldn't give me a straight answer. If the guy didn't like me, I would have been like, all right, well, we tried. Let's, you know, we can be friends, all the best. Like, I'm not going to be mad at a guy that doesn't like me. Yes, Tony. So I know if I ever do this again, I'm never getting a hotel room with firstly one bed. I would get 2 beds if we shared the hotel, and I'd probably get my own room so we can just kind of visit each other. That was really silly. We split the hotel cost, but I still should have asked for a second bed or something to protect myself. On the last night, I slept on the couch, and it really wasn't comfortable, but, you know, I gave him the bed. Well, 2 rooms are expensive, but yeah, I might have to think about that next time, Tony, if I even do this again, because it was just a disaster. I just felt very pressured. I got a 1-bedroom apartment for this exact reason, and I'm so glad I did, because if we didn't have a 1-bedroom apartment, I would have had to go back into bed with this person that I just didn't feel comfortable with. Yeah, I slept on the couch. So we were watching a movie, and this was the rudest thing ever. This is an apartment that we're sharing. I put $200 in, he put $200. This is our apartment. And he gets up, and he comes over and kisses me on the cheek, and he's like, I'm going to bed now, good night. He goes, the bedroom's in front of me, and shuts the door. Like it was his bedroom. Like, who does that? He just goes in and just shuts the door. And so I'm sitting on the couch going, you know what? I have my pillow, I have my blanket, I'm sleeping on the couch. Didn't come out to see if I was okay. Didn't check on me. I got played, yeah, basically. But the thing is, he kept playing the game when he got back home. And that's what pissed me off. I was like, all right, you don't like me, you've left, you fucked me, you got what you wanted, you're back in Perth, but he still kept messaging me, still kept messing with my head. Oh, I landed safely. X. How are you feeling? X. What are you up to? X. X, X, X. The freaking X. Stop Xing me. You know what I mean? Like, he still kept trying to, like, I did in the end. So I'm not a blocker. I was like, you know what? I'll just deleted him. So I just deleted. I removed him from Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. And then he text messaged me. And he was like, oh, so you've deleted me from everything. I see how it is. Okay, take care, haha. And then he went and blocked me on Facebook. I was like, okay. But yeah, I did delete him. I just didn't want to be a big thing. When he was sending me all the X's, how you going? X. What are you up to? X. But no, I'm sorry I left without saying goodbye to you, Scarlett. I miss you, Scarlett. I had a good time with you, Scarlett. Thanks for a good weekend. Nothing. It was just talking to me like, it was just really hurtful. So I learnt my lesson though. I'm not blaming anyone but myself. I did it. I fucked up. I just fell for it. I'm one of those hopeless romantics, and I fell for him. I want to be the father of your kids, Scarlett, and I want to marry you, Scarlett, and you're the girl of my dreams, and I can't wait to see you. You should see the messages he sent me. I feel like I need to do a TikTok about it. I'm falling for you. I could be meeting the love of my life right now. I can't wait to tell our kids how we met. This is the stuff he was feeding me before he met me. This is the shit that he was telling me. So, I mean, what girl wouldn't want to hear that, you know? It was romantic, you know? This guy's talking about our kids and our marriage together and our life together, and I fell for it. He was a very good actor. Very good actor. But, yeah, when he came back to Perth and he turned off his location, that's when I was like, yeah, that's a bit shady, dude. I think the dude has a wife and kids or something. I don't know. There's somebody back there. He said what I know, Edwin. That's, they always do that though, don't they? I know. I just thought he was different, Ed. We were talking for so long, and I'm used to guys doing it in my city, but the dude spent $2,000 to F me over. He could have saved his money and just fucked some girl in Perth. Yeah, but why would he go spend all this money? Like, what? Tell me what the logic is to blow $2,000. I know that, Tony, and that's fine in his own city, but why would you hop on a plane and, he paid for about 5 dinners, and lunches. Actually, he paid for like 90% of the trip, $200 for a hotel, okay? The flights was $650. There's already $850 just on him. Then the dinners were about like, I don't know, $80 to $100 each. So there's another $200. So there's $1,000. Then, just the general breakfast, lunch. We went on a boat cruise. Comedy apparently was like $100, $50 each. So, I mean, just seems really expensive to hurt someone. Yeah, but that's really fucked. That makes him a monster then. Go hurt somebody in your own city. Yeah, Yogi, but he could have done it in Perth. He didn't have to fly all the way to Melbourne. 3.5 hours after he had worked for 10 hours on a plane. That is diabolical to me. I flew to Melbourne because I thought this was going to be, this could be my person. This could be the one, It sounds like it. The fact that he just was like, all right, you've deleted me, see you later. Like, he didn't even question it. He didn't even like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I spent all this money on you. He was just kind of like, all right, see you later. Like, the whole thing was bizarre. Yeah, Tony, I'm learning. It's just I've never met someone like that before. Like, you go on bad dates, but they live in your city and you're just like, oh, that was a crappy date. This was a weekend of hell. Like, I had to go back to this apartment with this guy. And 1 minute, okay, we'll be out in public. He doesn't even acknowledge my existence. I'm like, and then we get back into the apartment. Literally, I open the door and he's like jumping me and kissing me and all over me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, why are you affectionate at our house, like in private, but in the real world, you don't even hold my hand, you don't hug me, you don't touch me. This is bizarre to me that you're like Jekyll and Hyde. He's like, oh, I'm just not very affectionate, like in public. It's not about being affectionate. Like you just flown from Perth to see a girl that's meant to be the girl of your dreams. You could at least give me a hug out or give me a cuddle or show any kind of interest in me. I had more attention from bloody like servers, you know what I mean? And he's just there like sitting there just looking around the room like so uninterested in me. Like I was this, and that's what I kept saying, am I unattractive? Or you're not attracted to me? Hi, Garth. That's what was weird though, because when we got back home, he was all over me, like literally trying to rip my clothes off. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't feel well. He's kissing me and he's like groping me, and I had to be like, hey, like, can we just relax? Like, you're too much for me. I'm not playing that game. How are you, Garth? Like, I don't want the guy that's all over me in private. Like, not that I want you all over me in public, but hold my hand, give me a cuddle, sit next to me, put your arm on my leg, do something that a couple would do, that a boyfriend would do. It was awful. It was just, and I was stuck there, But it was my fucking fault. If I didn't have my period and if I wasn't sick, you know what? I probably would have said, here, the hotel's all yours. Forget my $200. My health and my emotions are not worth this. I would have just packed up and said, have the hotel. Have a great night in Melbourne. I'm going to go find some cheap motel somewhere and stay the night and go home. I should have done that. I should have done it. I just wasn't feeling well. I wasn't thinking, every time I tried to get away from him, he'd sort of be like, what's wrong? What's wrong? You're overreacting. You're being silly. I'm in Sydney, Garth. So he'd make me feel like I was just imagining everything, what's wrong? You're just imagining it. Just chill, Scarlett, relax. You're too uptight. You're all defensive, Scarlett. You need to relax. I'm not going to hurt you. Although you did hurt me. Just, in my head. Anyways. I'm just going to be careful the next person I talk to, and not hop on a plane for anyone that I've known for 2 weeks. It was so dumb, guys. I thought it was romantic. Thank you, Yogi, for the follow. I thought it was really, you know. See, people worry about catfishing. We keep talking about catfishing. Oh, they didn't look like their photos. They were nothing how they looked. That's never been an issue for me. I've never worried about that, you know. I always video chat them, and, you know, I always, like he was exactly who I thought he was. It was just, he wasn't mentally the person I thought he was. He was very cold, and he didn't want to have conversations with me. Every time I'd talk about something, oh, I've been to Perth, I really like that. You know, I'm trying to connect with the guy. He'd be like this. And I'd be like, did you just hear what I said? I just said I've been to Perth and I've been to that place. It's really nice. And he'd be like, yeah, cool. Like, just literally didn't want to hear me speak, I think. I think the guy just didn't want to hear anything that came out of my mouth. He was just so uninterested. So I got a little bit annoyed, and my ex-boyfriend lives in Melbourne, and I thought, you know what, screw you, like, you're being such a jerk to me. I would never normally do this. So I'd be like sitting there and I'd be like, yeah, me and my ex went here. It was really nice. We had a really good time together. I wonder what he's up to. Oh, then he listened. Then suddenly he paid attention. Then suddenly it was like the side eye of just like, you could see like he was getting pissed off, and I was just like, yeah, I'm still friends with my ex. Like, you know, we get along really well. And he's just like, you can just feel the frustration. I couldn't help it, guys. He just really, you know, he was so rude to me. I just wanted some sort of reaction. Exactly, Yogi. I love that. I know, I should have went to see my ex. I said that to him too at the end. I was like, you know what? My ex just lives down the road. I should just go see what he's up to.